My gosh. So let me just rephrase that. Okay, or let me just recall what you've said.
Yeah.
So before you got married, I mean the day before, is
Yes.
that right? So like for example, tomorrow is your wedding. Today
Hmm.
you had a fight.
Yes.
Wow. Is it a big fight?
Um, I think quite big, but
Mm-hmm,
in the end,
mm-hmm.
it's a good thing because um, we still can communicate to each other,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
even though the fight was ruining each other's mood.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the long term, I think it's good because we know more about how to deal with this
Yeah,
situation.
that's right. That's right. Well, actually, I think it's quite normal. I'm not really sure, but more often than not, most most of the people I've known who are about to get married, they
Mhm.
usually they usually had the fight before they got
Yeah,
married. And I think some people say, all right, I'm not sure, but some people say that it's normal, okay?
hmm,
Because there are times that, you're too worried, mostly the women,
yes,
mostly the bride, okay? um, mostly the bride are usually worried of so many things.
yeah,
And from there, the guys also get upset already when the woman is already
hmm,
um so worried of so many things. It happened also to my sister before the day she got married. But
yeah,
but I guess in my sister's case, usually May um, okay, I want to ask you this question because most of the women, they usually have um doubts. You know what I
yes.
mean? Doubts. They wanna they wanna turn their back and say no to the wedding. Usually, did it happen to you too?
Yeah, that's right. And um, I watched the movie. There's some familiar stories like that. The people get cold feet.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
they usually have some women have jitters. It's okay to have jitters, but some women, think about like, they think too much.
Hmm.
Now, when you think too much, most of the time it gets worse, right?
I
After thinking too many bad or negative things.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so,
never thought about that also happened to me as well. A week before the day we got married.
oh yeah, because it
Before that,
happened. Mm-hmm, yeah.
yeah, sorry. Before that, I was so sure, but just on 1 week before the wedding day, and every night I was thinking, um, um, would it would it be any problem in our marriage in the future? So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
would, yeah, too much worry, but they are all unnecessary.
Oh, okay. I think that's quite common.
Yeah.
And in fact, my sister, before she got married, I think that was a few days or a week. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly now because that was a long time ago. But I cannot forget this day,
Mm-hmm.
um, because my sister's ex-boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly appeared in the scene.
Oh,
She's
wow.
about to marry. Yeah, actually, she's about to marry. Like I think that I'm not sure, but I think it's like a few days or
Mhm.
2 weeks time. Okay. So this boyfriend that I was talking about, was her first boyfriend, high school
Oh,
boyfriend. And then, this guy, was the one, I think if I'm not mistaken, they had
Mhm.
except this husband, of
Mhm.
course, whose husband now, my brother-in-law. Before him, except him rather, he had a long period of relationship to this guy. Okay,
Mhm.
so you cannot blame my sister sometimes, like, or for a woman,
Yeah.
sometimes like thinking twice or thinking many
Yes,
times.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, and then she had a little doubt if she want to get married, and I remember there was like a few days or 2 or 3 days that we had a very serious talk. Then my
Mhm.
sister told me, I really don't know if I want to get married. And I said, actually, I really don't like my brother-in-law before. Okay. Actually, during the time, I really like his ex-boyfriend. But I, I just wanted to say, because I love my sister and I don't want to be biased on her. So,
Mhm.
what I can see, because I can see how my brother-in-law loves my sister. So even
Mhm.
though I don't like or I didn't like, because I like him now. Even though I didn't like my brother-in-law, I still
Mhm.
told my sister, you were just having a second thought, because I still told her the right thing. And I think I'm very glad now that I have they have 3 kids, and they are very happy. And I can still remember that day, the day
Mhm.
that before they got married, and just like so it's actually they had a big fight. They really
Mhm.
had a big fight. My sister was crying a lot, and I
Oh.
advised her, go get married.
Mhm.
Don't think twice. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that your ex-boyfriend appeared. It doesn't mean um he's the one. But sometimes
Mhm.
it's only a test in a relationship.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Well, that's it. Okay. Well, it's good to be back in the class for you. And since you have a homework, I think, right? I gave you a homework the last time that we had a class. So
Yes.
congratulations again for being Mrs. What's your last name now?
Chu.
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 Oh, Chu.
Yes.
CHU. Okay. So you are now Mrs. Chu.
Yeah.
How do you feel like calling by Mrs. Chu?
I like people calling me Mrs. Chu.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. I think every woman wants to be called like that, right?
Yes.
Mrs. Then the last name of your husband.
Yes.
Okay, and congratulations with that. Okay, May, so please follow me on the book, and
Okay.
we are now be continuing on page 8. We'll be answering, or I will be checking your answers at vocabulary career moves. Are you there
Okay.
with me?
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, let's continue now with our lesson. So it's like a vocabulary review, okay? So we have 4 common career moves here. We have career move, career break, career plan, and career opportunities.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So would you mind to read that, please?
Um, you mean each
Yeah, number 1. Just read number 1.
okay, career move.
Okay, so number 1 is actually given. Okay, this is already given. Am I right? This
Yes.
one. Okay, so it's already given. So of course it's correct. Okay, so what's the meaning of career move? Move. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, something you do in order to progress on your job.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, what about number 2, career break? Can you read your answer, please?
Yes, career break. And it's the ideas you have for your future career.
Oh,
Oh, sorry,
sorry.
guys. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
again.
Yeah, career break is the period of time away from your job too. For example, to look after your children.
Okay, yeah, this is a career break, but um, normally when you have a career break, most of the women they just stay at home or
Mm-hmm.
they want to have their own businesses, right?
Yes.
Or maybe they will, because I mean, in my country, when a woman will have a career break, it's not a break anymore. It's gonna be forever break.
Oh.
Usually, usually they stay at home and take care of the kids and their husband. All
Mm-hmm.
right, most of the women.
Yeah.
Um, of course, for those women who just wanted to have their career break, okay.
Yeah.
But
And
mhm,
yeah, and it is also mean that if you have a job and you take a career break to study abroad or something, then or just a little break before you go to the other before you uh, jump to the other company.
exactly, I agree, May.
Uh-huh.
That's right. Um, but that one is not a career break.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe a few weeks, right? Or just a month or two. That's a career break because you are preparing something for another job interview or a job offer, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, I agree. Okay, let's go to number three, career plan.
Okay. Career plan is the ideas you have for your future career.
Okay, so career plan is ideas, all right, or are ideas you have for your future career. Okay, well, I just want to ask you some of this later on, okay? So I hope you also get ready for your for a little discussion later on, okay? So the last one, let's go to number four, career opportunities.
Career opportunities means the chance to start or improve on your career.
Okay, that's correct. It's letter A, chance to start or improve on your career. Okay, so it's all correct. Well, I just want to talk about a little bit of your career experiences,
Mhm.
or maybe I think you already experienced all of these, or maybe some of these. Okay. By the way, May, how long have you been working? I mean, as a whole, okay? Because I'm not sure for how many companies you already worked for.
Yeah, well, I actually graduate from graduate school in 2014, and since that I've been working, so I guess it's for more 4 years. And I switch. I changed um, three times job, but in a total it's 4 year.
Okay. So 4 years. You've been working for 4 years now.
Yes.
Oh, not so long ago, right? But
Mm-hmm.
how many companies that you already worked for?
Three.
Really? That's already three for 4 years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a short story about that?
Yeah. Well.
Let's start with your first job. How long
Okay.
did how long did you stay in your
Uh,
first job?
I my first job um I take for 8 months, and
Mm-hmm.
actually what I'm doing for now is actually the same with my first job. Let me tell you the
Okay.
story. Yeah, when
Okay.
yeah, when I graduated from school and I went to the research institution.
Mm.
Mm, yes, I mentioned before I am a policy analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so during that time I was too young and um I'm not used to the the political culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doing the policy, you have to face all the political issues.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I was unhappy because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, every time I think, oh, it's right thing to do, but why all the political voice are different.
Mm-hmm.
So I left my job
Mm-hmm.
um, at that time, and I went to the other company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a consulting company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was there for almost 2 years.
Oh, okay. Not
Yeah,
bad. Okay. So that was your second job.
yes, that's right.
I think that's okay. Normally, on the first job, we usually stay, some people stay for a long period of time already.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, if it's your first job, you don't stay really long, right? Usually only until 2 to 3 years. That's the longest time. And then, you want to shift to another company, right? Or to a different company. Well, I
Yes,
think that's not bad because you have your 8 months. You had your 8 months service, right?
yes.
At your first job, then 2 years on your second job, and I think it's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then now you've been staying here for a month, for a year, more than a year,
Almost a year.
almost a year. Okay.
Yes.
Well, and I think you're happy now, right? You like what you're doing?
Yeah, that's right. The big change
Mm,
I realized during the policy, there's not it's quite impossible to make it perfect. And
okay.
yeah, the policy just can only try to reduce the negative impact. So
Mm-mm.
nothing could be perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
I realized that, and while doing my job now,
Mm-hmm.
it's very smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I know that it sounds happy. You
Yeah.
have a new job, you have a new life, you are a newlywed. Right? By the way, are you planning to have a baby soon?
Um, we are still talking about that,
Okay.
but yeah, but not decided yet.
I hope you don't mind me asking you, okay, because it's quite personal.
Oh,
Um,
don't worry.
okay, so how young are you, May?
I'm almost 30 years old.
Okay, I think you're still young. But I have a very good advice on you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's better you're gonna have a baby soon. It's
Mm-hmm.
better. Because when you turn 35, okay, and I believe many Taiwanese don't like to have baby yet. I mean, they want to get rich first. They want to pursue their very successful career they wanted to be.
Yes.
Um, I think it's really different when you have a kid or when you have your own baby.
Mm-hmm.
It will once you're already there, you will say, I am right. Okay, I'm correct. Everything that what I said now, okay. You will might remember me, May, like, oh, teacher Chow was right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
And
also looking forward to that day I could tell you a good news about I have a baby. I'm
sure,
I'm
sure.
looking to that day.
Sure, and I think I can share you a lot of things, how to
Mm-hmm.
take care of yourself in your pregnancy,
Mm-hmm.
when you have a baby, growing up, there are so many challenges. So I believe I can give you advices if you need one, right?
Yeah, that would be great. Or maybe
Yeah,
when when at that time maybe we can switch our lesson topic.
exactly. Not business anymore, right? Okay. What about now with career break? Okay. Well, I'm not sure because you're too young, right? But I'd still like to ask you this. Okay. Did you already experience like having a career break?
Not
Did
quite
you,
a long. I don't know. It was a career break or not because
mm,
when I left consulting company, and I took 1 month break.
oh, I think it's a career break
Yeah,
because you had to think about what you're gonna do next, right?
and I actually at that time I already uh,
Decided to.
decided to go to the company that I work for now, but I just wanted to have a break time, and I was traveling with my husband to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at that time, I think it's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a good timing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a short career break, and just like what you mentioned a while ago, because what I mentioned was most of the women, they have their career break because they want to stay home and take care of the kids and their family, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the women, just like what happened to you had the short career break because, as you mentioned, it was a timing, right? There was a timing.
Yeah.
What happened to you was a timing because you were able to be with your ex-boyfriend, right? He's already your ex-boyfriend because you're already married, and he's your husband now, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you were able to go to Germany, right, with your husband. So I think that was a great opportunity also for the two of you to get to know each other as well, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, and after a month, you had your another job, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, next, what about, because you know you're quite young, so I am asking if you already experienced your career break. Now, if
Yeah.
you were to ask me about my career break, I think many times. Because, you know, if you're a mom,
Mhm.
your always priority is your children, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's quite difficult to have a career plan
I
when you have your kids.
yeah, I can imagine that.
But you know what? It's really fulfilling. You know, it's very rewarding to be a mom.
Mhm.
As long you know, and I think it's really much better that you do your best all the time. I know it's not. We cannot give a we cannot give them a perfect life, as you know, as we cannot be the perfect mother to our children, but as long as you're doing your best as a mom, I
Mhm.
think you're doing a good job. Okay. And
Yes.
I salute every moms out there who are, you know, giving up their career in order
Mhm.
to take care of their children
Mhm.
because it's not easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go on at number three at career plan. Okay, so how old were you when you graduated in the university?
I graduated 23.
Okay, at 23. So
Yes.
now you're 29,
Yes.
right? So that was 6 years ago only. Okay,
Yes.
so when you graduated or before you graduated in the university, what was your career plan? Or I may say, what were your career plans? I think it's quite many. Normally, when you're about to graduate, you know, you were thinking so many things to do, right? Like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go abroad, I want to travel, I want to so many things, right? But
Yes.
when you're already there, when you're already working, when you're already an employee, and
Mm-hmm.
most of the time after graduating, most of the graduates are employees, not
Mm-hmm.
having their own businesses, right?
Yeah.
It's quite difficult to put up your own business without. Anyway, it depends. It depends. It depends on the passion and opportunities of any one of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But most of us are employees. We go
Yeah.
for a job interview, right?
Yes.
So what were your career plans when you graduated from the university?
Well, actually, I think and it's very fortunate that I I'm actually on my career plan right now, and
What do you mean? It's
yeah,
it's for it's very fortunate because
because what I'm doing right now is actually was um trying to do when I just uh, graduate from the university. So, in other words, when I was in school, I was thinking to become a researcher in the
mm-hmm,
future.
mm-hmm,
So that's what I really want to do.
mm-hmm,
And
yeah.
yeah, so
Okay. And
yeah,
it's happening now.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't be afraid to follow your career even you're already a mother. Okay?
I
That's
think it's very important for each other that you know what you really want to do in your life, no matter what you choose.
oh yeah, I agree. I agree. That's very true. Um it's very important that you like what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and if the opportunity doesn't, I mean, hasn't come yet,
Mm-hmm.
well, sometimes you have to embrace what is what is in store for you,
Mm-hmm.
because you can never tell that it might be the one who will be able to make you as a successful person, or
Mm,
maybe a successful one in this career, right?
yes.
Well, you have to learn that. And I guess in your 6 years experience, maybe you already experienced embracing something that you don't like, but
Yes.
you have to embrace it because you have to embrace it.
Yeah.
You're right. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. Totally.
hmm Okay, let's go on with the career opportunities. Okay, I think this is really exciting to discuss for someone who just graduated, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, did you have many or some career opportunities before or after you graduated from the university?
Well, not much. I sorry. Let me think one second.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Mm, I just want to make sure the career opportunity means that you have the opportunity to find a job.
hmm
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Career opportunities means the job offer, or the given job to you, or before, at least there was, even though it was not the job you've chosen, but it's offered to you. Did you have some career opportunities during the time that you graduated or before you graduated?
Yes, I did, but not much.
Mm-hmm. What are
Mhm.
those? Or what were those?
Most of them are a research assistant.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the job you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, but in different area.
Oh, okay. So you don't like it much.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Did
Because
you did you give yourself a shot?
Um, I had interview with other company, but in the end,
Mm-hmm.
I choose the topic that I'm uh,
Really wanted to do.
yeah, and it's emerging um emerging topics that in Taiwan I think is very important, and it's I think it's promising.
Mm-hmm.
And so when no matter what kind of the job you choose,
Mm-hmm.
have to also think about the future. Is that the
Oh yeah,
industry
of course.
is promising or
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important. You
Mm-hmm.
while you're choosing your career, I mean your if there are some career opportunities, you also have to be wise. That's the very I think it's okay when you make mistake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But as for me, if it's gonna be your first job, it's just okay to make mistakes because
Yeah.
in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
um you will know exactly what you want
Mm-hmm.
after you had your first job. Not exactly what you want. What I'm trying to say is that, okay, I already experienced the first job, this job. So if you enjoyed and you think you're earning, why not, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's our choice, right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's your choice if you want to stay or not, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I think what you did is just normal, right? It's normal, and it's also a practice of making decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to practice making decision,
Yeah.
and from there, oh yeah, you were saying something.
I just I'm trying to say there are so many important moments that you have to make choice in your life.
Oh yeah, and from there, a little by little, you're learning, right?
Yes.
And congratulations for that. Now
Thank
you are doing the job you really wanted to do.
you.
So, congratulations. Okay.
Thank.
All right. So, thank you for sharing with me your career opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is not easy also. I mean, in your 6 years time of, your experiences at work, it taught you something or many things already.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's also okay even you made mistakes because from those mistakes, you are now a better employee or a
Mm-hmm.
better person or a better decision maker, right?
Yes.
And I guess since you're already married, you know, you are in the stage of, I think this is a very good age. I remember when I was 29, many people tell me that, haha, it's just a recall. When I was 29, well, that was 10 years ago, May. It's a long time ago. Oh my gosh. I'm really old now.
No, don't say that.
Oh my gosh. But everybody gets there, right? Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I remember when I was 29, people
Mm-hmm.
usually tells me like I was like 22. I look like only 22 or 23, and I feel so happy about that. But during that time, I'm already a mom. I think when I was 29, my oldest son, okay, because I gave birth at the age of 26, was already 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's now 13.
Oh.
My oldest is already 13.
Mm-hmm.
Then, and at the age of 30, I got pregnant. Yeah, so more than a year after I got pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
Then after giving birth to my son, maybe after 2 years of that, I started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you know. And now I'm still big. When I have my second pregnancy,
Mm-hmm.
I stayed at home. I mean, I was working, but I already, I mean, after, because I'm a type of a woman, because, it really depends, May. There are women pregnant, you know, it seems like nothing. It's just okay to be pregnant for them. But
Mm-hmm.
there are some women just like me. It's very delicate for me to be pregnant because I cannot work. Okay? I can't go outside to work, or even going outside is very delicate for me. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was bleeding the with
Oh.
my two pregnancies. Yeah, it's very delicate for me to be pregnant, and I easily get tired. I easily, I have some, not just morning sickness, not like that, not only that, I all the time in my 9 months I
Mm-hmm.
vomit every time. It's so difficult to be pregnant. Well,
Mm-hmm.
some women are not. They don't experience that, but I think there are also some women just like me. And in
Yeah.
fact, I went to the hospital like 3 times on my second pregnancy.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I had to take medicines in order for my baby to hold on.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
I was worried. I was very, on my second pregnancy, I remember myself. I had a cough. Just a cough. When you're pregnant and you had a cough, and you have a cough rather, um, it's so difficult to like that. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't, if you do that, you feel like your baby is moving or your tummy is like
Oh.
going down. Mostly in my case, because I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding that during that time. I
Mm-hmm.
was bleeding during that time, so it was like I was very worried because
Mm-hmm.
my stepmom was told me that she was the one taking care of me, and then I was praying and I was crying, but my mom said, "Don't cry, you will get more stressed. Just
Mm-hmm.
think positive that you're gonna be okay." When you're when you're pregnant, that's already my second pregnancy, but I'm still scared for my baby. So, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be calm. You have to calm down. You have to be cool. You have to be positive when you're pregnant, even though there are times that you feel terrible because of some cases. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's go on. I just had the sharing. Okay. Because you might be there in a few months or in a few weeks from now, right? I mean,
Yes.
you might get pregnant because you said, as you mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
your husband and you're already talking about it, right?
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And if I may ask, what kind of baby, what gender would you like to have? A boy or a girl?
Well, actually, even people equal. They are all the same
Mm-hmm.
to the mom. But personally, I prefer girl.
Oh yeah, I think most of the women, most of us like a girl. Most of the women. But
Mhm.
for the man, they like a boy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe because you want to see your little May, right?
Yeah. And because in my family, I have two younger sisters, so
Mm-mm.
I have no experience
Mm-hmm.
to to how to
To
say that
deal with.
to with or to take care of a boy.
Well, that's a
I
challenge, May.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I mean, in my case, I have two boys. Nobody taught me how to take care of two boys, but it's an instinct. It's instinct, May. You don't need to be worried about that because as a mother, it's an instinct to take care of your sons,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or your babies. So just be cool. And when that happened, we have to celebrate.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's go on now to letter B. Complete these sentences, okay, with the verbs from the box, okay? Use a good dictionary to help you,
Yeah.
okay?
So, wait me a second. I didn't follow up what you're saying.
Ah, okay. So let's go on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay, at
the
letter B on page 9. So it means you're going to complete the sentences with the
oh yeah.
verbs from the box, right? I think you already did it.
So I just read the sentence.
Yeah, you
That's
just
right.
have to read them.
Okay. So first, employees in large multinations have excellent career opportunities if they are willing to travel.
Okay. Employees in large multinationals have excellent career opportunities if they are willing to travel. Okay, that's correct.
Mhm. And next, some people take a career break to do something advantageous like sailing around the world or going uh, what's that word trekking in India.
Okay.
I'm
S-
not so sure about the word TREKK.
Okay,
I
that's trekking. It means, like you're having a journey going to India,
oh
like hiking, you know. You
okay.
understand hiking? You go for hiking?
Yeah, I like hiking.
Uh, okay, I think if you do hiking, because I don't like hiking, though I know that. I experienced once, but I never tried it again. Because
Really?
I'm sorry to say this, right? I hope you won't get offended, because when a friend of mine invited me for hiking,
Hmm.
wow, I was like, because I was really tired, and but they are very happy that they are tired. Then
Yeah.
I really don't understand why are they so happy, even though they had to, climb up very high mountain, and then they had to, you had to take a long walk,
Yes.
right? Too many walks, I mean.
So you are not an outgoing person?
No, I am, but
Yeah.
I'm very sporty person when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
However, that one, there are some sports maybe that I really don't like, and um, mountain hiking is one of them.
Oh.
Okay, but I love sports, I'm very outgoing in a sense of I'm very physically active when I was younger. In
I,
fact, May, I used to be a fitness trainer for 10 years.
oh,
Even
really?
even though I'm a mom. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I told you I started working in
Mm-hmm.
this job like when I become a mom, that's the
Mm-hmm.
time I started working as an online teacher.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Okay?
Okay, so I saw we have not much time, so I just move on the next sentence. Is that okay?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
One way to decide a career move is to join a small but rapidly growing company.
Okay. One way to decide a career move is to join a small but rapidly growing company. Yeah, of course. And that's what you did, right?
Yeah. Certain companies offer career opportunities to the long-term unemployed or to people without formal qualification.
Okay. All right. Certain companies offer career opportunities to the long-term unemployed or to people without formal qualification. Yeah, that's true. But I guess, oh yeah, certain companies, they do have some, they do offer career opportunities for some people who are unemployed, or for some people who didn't have or who don't have um good qualifications at work, right?
Yes.
So that they can help as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just drink. Number 5.
Ambitious people often have on a career plan while they are still at school or university.
Okay. All right. So ambitious people often have on the career plan while they are still at school or university. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's now proceed to, did you do letter C? Not yet. I think not yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna look at the groups of words below. Am I right?
Yes.
Wait a second, May. Okay, so you're gonna cross out the noun or noun phrase which doesn't go. Okay, doesn't. Okay, be careful with that. You know, sometimes we know what to do, but sometimes we make mistake because of not following the right instructions. And normally this happens if you have a test or making some exercises, right? So I always tell not just to my students but also to my children to read the instructions 2 or 3 times, at least 2, right? So that they will not make mistakes. Because sometimes we cannot avoid it to make, making mistakes, it's normal because we're not perfect, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, but we can prevent it by focusing to the instruction and understanding it completely. Okay, so you understand, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. I think you haven't done it yet, okay?
Because the homework for
Yeah, only 2. I understand. But we're going to do it now. Is that okay?
yes.
Okay, I think we still have a few minutes to finish the lesson, okay? So as you can see at number 1, okay, let me explain it to you. The given word here is make. Of course, that's a verb, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there are some words below. Okay, there are choices: a fortune, progress, a living, and a training course. Now you have to match them to each one of them, and you have to analyze if it's connected with each other. Okay. Okay, you can say make a fortune, you can say make progress, you can also say make a living, but you can't say make a training course, right?
Yes.
And what do you think should be the one
Should be the one for what?
for a training course?
Take.
Yeah, take a training course. Very good. Okay, so I will also ask you on that, but you don't need to write it anymore. All you have to do is to cross out rather. You just have to, you know how to do it, how to cross out.
Yeah, I know. Let me find the button for.
Okay, you have to check I think it's the toolbar. Wait a minute. I think it's in the format button. And yeah, it's in the format button. Then go to the text, then strike through. Okay, let me show you in print 1. Okay, I will show this to you, May. I will I will encircle everything you have to work on. Okay, then all with wait a minute. Okay, I will highlight all with a blue mark. Wait a minute, okay? Then strike it out. Okay, it takes a little more time. Okay, May, I'll paste it here on the book.
Here?
Not yet, I'm just doing it. I think below the exercise. Can you see that?
Mm,
Can you see it? It's on page 10. It's still on page 10.
yeah, I'm on page 10.
Yeah, follow me after number 6. It's below there.
Okay.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay, that one. You go to the format, then the text, and check on the strike through. That's how you're gonna choose your answer, okay? Well, maybe you can study this at home, right?
Yes.
How to do it. But you know what to do with the exercise, right?
Yes, I know how to do that.
Okay. So, do you understand the one I pasted here? You may try it.
For now, I still can find the button for
Format? You don't know format?
format.
Oh, well, it's in English, right? Maybe you're using it. You see it?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay. Then go to the text.
Okay. I will try to do this.
Oh, yeah, you try it.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Very good. Okay. Well, I think we don't have enough time to do it in the class, so you may do it at home. And I'll be seeing you again next meeting, May.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you and goodbye. And have a great night. And I'm so glad seeing you again in the class. Bye,
Yeah,
May.
goodbye.
All right, bye.